of us can be in this position, right? It's important that when you have the opportunity and resources, it's important what you do with that opportunity. Do you serve selflessly or selfishly? Yeah? For me, my job is education sector. So we are basically talking for the film industry, and some of the activities that we do is Uganda Film Festival, which we have run for the last 12 years. Let's clap for that. Being at the part of the team that has been organizing the film festival, I was one of the first desk officers then in the tour. And the first time we received 189 movies. Among those was what we call a video of a graduation in Bushegi. A video, not a what? A video. And this man submitted. We called him and told him was. We asked for a film, not a what? A video of what? And it tells the story that then somebody understands the basis of what we call film. Yeah? Film and media what? Are different. This man here can record, but he just record the video without the thematic elements. Yeah? I doubt if his lighting is on the what? On the camera. And that's what you, but when you edit it, it may not come out as the person who has sat down really think about why am I recording later. Yeah? You understand the difference? So over the years we've seen people who are then and start who have now progressed. And this is through Uganda Film Festival. And Uganda Film Festival is there to empower filmmakers to network, to give an opportunity to those who are dreaming to come out. Yeah, I think that this year we've had films that have been made by people who have never known about. And now you find that they experience people like Navisos, the Nathans, Magola, most of them are TV series. Yeah, so if you look at this year, you find that there are really, really new people. And I encourage every one of us who is dreaming, it's possible. It's possible if you decide to learn the cinematic elements. And people keep asking, what does it take to win a film? And then others, I believe in professionalism, I believe in standard work. One of the reasons why I've been chosen to be part of the MBC for the last 3 years, MBC in Nigeria, is because of being able to understand what it takes to do a what? A good story. I've been elected as a member of international Emmys. Yeah, and now this year I'm on the jury team. And it's because of those elements. And I'll keep telling you that it's not about being ruled by people, it's about your what? Your work. How when I play out to do your little singer or little singer, it's your work. In film, it's your work. It's your work. Sit down, write your story. Give others a look at your story. One of the story can be you understand? So I encourage each of us to go and sit down and know what it takes to make a winning film. And I'm not talking about winning at UFF. I'm meaning about a film that people can understand, people can appreciate. Work on your storylines. Yeah? Work on your cinematography. I want to come out. You want to do a movie for Netflix, and then you go and pick a 6D. You come and get up on Netflix. But you've not gone down to understand, to make a Netflix movie, what are the requirements, what type of equipment. Yeah? How many of you have heard about Bookman? So, go and understand how does it use film. I don't think Bookman is very special. But I think he has learned the craft what it means to make a film that will sell. Film is expensive. So you're not really ready to invest partner with others. That's what I would encourage. If you can't hire a camera, maybe for 2 million, that can be able to make that picture for Netflix, Collaborate with others. Yeah? Look at the camera, look at the lighting, look at the actors that you get in your story, look at the sound. Yeah? That's why when you go to Ahura and you want him to do for you sound, he will tell you to give me 15 million. The budget here, Philip number. You understand? He's charging you because there are people that you give your work. No government to. Yeah? You know that one is done. The sound is so easy. Then there are ones who give your work to edit. You keep checking on them every day. Because you're what? Because you're worried. So what I'm saying is, whenever you do it, you make sure that you have each element of the creative production. Look at every element critically. Storyline, and I'll give you the basics. Storyline, sound, lighting, art direction, costume. Look at each element critically. But the moment you go papa, you make a mistake. You go and hire a continuity person, that's how my curiosity you have to do one. I just want to know quality. I should do the same, but the subject has more. So when the judges are looking at like, then the last one is, who are you making the movie for? Who are you making the movie for? It's one of the things that is failing us. And we try about market. Who did you make the movie for? I'll tell you this, and I keep saying that if Coca-Cola can sit down and, let me say Fanta watch, see what happened? How does it sound? It comes down to the privileges. Sister, I said that I'm going to make a Fanta, but this Fanta is for what? For the youth, for the children, right? So now they go and look at the colors. What can be able to entice a young person? It's purple, orange, those colors, black. You understand? So they are strategic when they are doing this product. So when they are doing their marketing materials, the adverts and what, they will make sure that the advert they are doing is funky, nice, yeah? So they will go and what? And bring it. And demand for it. So the same thing as we're doing our film. As you're crafting your storyline, ask yourself, what this film I'm making, who am I making it for? For the children? Am I making it for the women? Am I making it for the, what's the subject about? So when it comes to selling that movie, you already know who to start with. If I make a movie about the youth, I'll make sure that I know where they are. They're in school, right? They're at universities. So it's easy for me, now that's an already audience. I'll go and make sure that I look for where those audiences are. We are in schools. So I'll go to schools, talk to the schools, and I'll show in schools. Do you know how much you can sell your movie? 1,000. Do you know how many people you need to get rich? 1 million. That's how much? 1 million. It's because you have to sit down before you make this movie and understand who are the people going to consume my content. And the students don't have money. Who has the money? The parents. But you know, as a parent, you have to go to school. You must have for entertainment. So you have to think. So if you don't understand business, look for a business person. Business. If you don't know how to do business, look for a consultant. It's the same thing. Now that is in your field, generally. Now let's go for another project. Content information support program. Yeah? UCC has put money for those ones who are dreaming to make their own projects. Whenever you've been looking for money to be your own story, to do the story you dreamed of, you've built the story for a long time and you want money. UCC has opened up the space. We give short films about 30 million, we give feature films 80 million, we give TV series 150 million, we give documentaries, I think 50 million. But now the problem comes. Then I have my story, I want to present it alone, and I want to get the 80 million alone. Understand? And that's the problem that we have. So I was in love with this boy in campus, and then later on they get settlements, and then they separate. What is going on? But she wants how much? 80 million. You understand what I'm saying? So some of us are not good at something. Children, some like college, believe things. When I was making my movie, I went to someone saying, I don't say to you know what? This is my story. Read it for. I won't tell you how much I gave him. But he took 3 weeks waiting for me the story. The rest is history. The movie has won over 20 international awards. It's not in Uganda, international. The movie is called Crystal, Countless Misfortune. It's on YouTube. 20 international awards. Now, I'm not about only the scriptwriter. Now I went and hired Alex in later. You know him? Yes. I went and, now you have to also be, and it's not about money. It's about how you go. I went to Manali, I left Manali, it gave me the same rate, but Manali is expensive. Yeah. So I have to make sure I understand where I want to go with, according to my budget. Of course, you can give some percentage that you know, I'm doing this movie, but I'll give you 2%. In terms of returns, make those deals, I'll give you. No one I'm going to. Because at the end of the day, that project, when it comes, it's yours. You understand? In the contract, you're sharing with others. So, under the content support program, we want you to write a synopsis and the log line. The other has script you wrote the script. Yeah? And then we want you to submit your CV of the customer, the main one. Or you submit their experience. Okay, the CV should have the experience or education. If they're not very good at education, right, they should have what? Experience. Because we are trusting this cast and crew with 150 what? Million to do our project. So can I know man, I want to have a program. And you brought him to do a what? A feature film. Which I will say, only that, your story may be good, but all may tell you what review. Then you also ask me for the marketing strategy. How are you planning? And this is, by the way, wrong. Because I remember we first gave money, people get went and get the money clearly. Yeah? Because we're saying, as creative, how do you invest 80 million and then the project just sits there? How? So we're saying, now let's give a loan to someone so they know that it's serious what? Business. Go and invest this money as if you're going to pay what? And so that you know the pain that it needs for you to be serious. Because as you see, we are going to hunt you down. To make sure that you pay this money. By the way, even arrest if you pay the money. So all that, so you can find those things on the website. They also do capacity building, training, practice training. But we want now to make sure that the industry organizes its own workshop. For example, this guy didn't tell them to organize a workshop on AI. They came and approached and said, we want to do this. And I said, okay. I know people fear AI. But it's well, that's where we are going. That's where we are going. It's not about copy. You know, I was in school and they would tell us go and research about Kabalenga. Write an analogy about Kabalenga. So you go to Google. So of course, someone just copy the whole thing and put on the paper and submit at like 0. But you read, you get AI and you tell it what you want. It will give the information. Then you just clean. Clean. Yeah? That's good writers. Yeah? Which has helped me do some PDF stuff. I've done my project. I go and clean. I can submit. But you must own that information. I remember I was a member of the selection committee in Botswana, the funding being like UFA. And they went to AI and did a proposal and just copied and dropped the proposal. We dismissed feel exactly what you want. It asks me about the Kabalega. Really, Kabalega in the forest, what happened? It will tell you Kabalega was a bullet, was killed by one bullet, it will tell you exactly. Yeah? So, if you have any initiatives, please come to UCC. The money may not be enough. I'll tell you this. This is one of the last things. Our one in Tororo, in the regional film competition. And just to get on regional film competition, this competition is for people who are in the region. Yeah? If you are people, if we are talking about Eastern region, if you are a person from Tororo and you don't live there, you don't qualify for that competition. But if you live in Tororo, this is what? And that's why your home is. I am from Moima, but I can't go and now join the Western Regional competition because I'm from what? I don't live there. So, by the way, we cross check. But we even go to LC and confirm that this person lives here. We check every detail. Of course, sometimes we may miss, but we can call them and that's why sometimes we delay to pay people. When we say a month or two, we get people, give people money, their money, because we're trying to verify that you actually qualify for this money. So, the mentors here. So, if you want to train and you belong to that area, it's important to tell you who comes from that area to go and what? And train. You've seen Ali Mutaka, you've seen Saraj Saudi, you've seen Michael Wario Jr. We pick them and go and inspire the people in the village. Even if we have this time, we're going to have local film trainer because we believe we have the skills. We just have to build our capacity. So for me, it's a privilege to be here. I just came here because my job is marketing and promotion. If they go and ask me, did you sell any of UCC or UCC projects about the film industry, I say I did. Any question?
What if, like I'm in Central, I'm a Central film producer. What if I get approved from maybe Mbale or like Ginger and I get a director from there, actors from there, the screenwriters from there, like my vision of the story is out there. Do I qualify to compete from there?
If you're from that,
no.
We
are from Kampala, but I've done a film whereby 95% are resolves around that region. So I choose to use people from that region. Yes. Do I compete? Do I qualify to compete from there?
So now, depending on the awards, do you understand? So if we are awarding best actor, we're going to choose. So let me say you have an actor from Kampala and you have an actor from what? Ginger. When we are awarding, we're going to look for who is from Ginger. Now this guy, however good he is and is from Kampala, he qualifies to be the best actor, we will not put them there. Because they are not what? So if you're a producer and go and support to do a film in the region and you put all the approvals, we are going to look at the local crew, not you. So when you're working the best film, probably then but still you will not qualify. You will be eliminated because you are what? Well, percentage. So it's basically for rather go and support them to do a film. But if another one said that is up to you. But we want to see regional people what? Benefit. Yeah. Any other question? One more question? Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you for your insight.
Yeah. One.
Yes.
Okay.
Mine is on the point of experience. You find that somebody is new, but like many other people here have already mentioned, that they come to film when they are new, but they have that talent. Maybe their voice is good for that particular production. They have that one thing which is good. They have no vast experience. And I have taken that person for that. Will UCC deny this particular person out of the number of the cast that I have because they have probably low education, but of course they speak English, but then the experience is probably zero. But you see,
Is that for the audit fund?
yeah?
Is that for the funding?
Yes.
Like I said, and this is advice all of us. Like I said, you might be good at what? At something. What are you good at? If Leonard is not good at AI, you understand? So I'm going to look for a guy who's what? Good at AI to do for me what? A good proposal. So same thing that we are not looking at you as an individual. We are looking at what? Your team composition. I'll tell you this. Our former ED, Irene was not good at what? At field. Yeah? But he was a close one. He had a team that knew what? About field. So when it comes to implementation, she would involve her team. So when you do a project, all we need to make sure that you know the structures of field production. You understand? It's like a farmer, a new person in farming. The best thing is for you to pick those who have experience in what? In farming. Otherwise, you're going to get 100 million and go and run it because they're saying coffee is a new thing. You're going to run into coffee, then you instead plant what? Tea. Before you know it, whatever which are growing are tea or what? Coffee. Because you need to get a team that knows what you want. So we encourage that you build a team that knows some of the things. We're not looking at because you're new, because you're brown, or because you're tall. We are looking at do you understand what you're going to do? If we give you 80 million, are you able to produce quality content? Shout out to associate. Best director, 2029, 2024. Please stand up. This man was best director, UFM, 2023, 2023. Best director, you traveled to Cannes, you went to Cannes. Yeah? So I'm just showing out to you, I'm recognizing you. Of course, I'm recognizing every one of you that I've met. Then, of course, the new people I encourage you, the industry is a virgin area. There's a lot you can do. Please just network. Yeah? I want to thank you.
We can do better. Let's clean our hands and really thank this wonderful moment. Okay, yes, so
next time we have something like this, you come through again. Because we have many things that are coming that are a lot of use to you as content creators, as filmmakers. You get it. So our experts are not yet done. We are going to have another expert right now. Let me give my brother to invite him.
Hello everyone, I'm Brenda, a photographer and a journalist. I would like AI to help me be a better and outstanding journalist out there and outstanding cinematographer out there.
I'm Kassan Wilfred, I'm a sound designer and director. Allow me to have more languages in AI because I already find that it's only English languages. There's no Uganda, we can go otherwise. Maybe you have it. Yeah.
Anyone? Okay, can you come?
internet, so so what do you do if you want to generate probably an advert or a movie that can be 1 or 2 minutes long? So you can go on aistudio.google.com. That's the platform you can use. And then one for developer, to be data developer. It's powered by Gemini 2.5. No. Okay, so while I'm there, I will be opening because some of this laptop has been given on top of that. It's very small. So the machine is so heavy, I don't know how it's going to be. So, you aistudio.google.com, you can use for the very good number of things. One can be very good at prompting babies, advanced AI that can be able to handle very many processes. You can be able to generate video, you can be able to edit photos. Someone asked me if you can be able to edit photo. You can get your picture that has a pimple somewhere and tell it, hey, remove this pimple on my face. You do it very nice. You can make me a Chinese person. Very fast. To give you many iterations. So that being said, since they invited me here to talk to you about advancements of AI and why AI can help you, I will start by first threatening you guys. AI is true. AI is indeed going to take people's jobs, but you can decide to be not among them. It's like I'm telling you, next year there will be a pandemic. But if you can buy probably a face mask, people will not know what you're protecting yourself with, but you not attack you. You understand? So true, it's true, and it's established. AI is going to take people's jobs, many people's jobs. If you are a lawyer, you're a software developer, you are a media guy, you're a photographer, if you don't equip yourself and you are ready for what is coming, for sure you'll be among the victims. That's the first point I want to make clear. The second point is that what's going to come, I want to show why I believe so. A lot of countries will no longer be able to sustain their citizens. Why? I want to try to be quick to demonstrate why. Because if there is a country that has robots and it's doing farming or it's doing doctor's work, it's a teacher, it's doing this and that, they are going to do it on a dime. For example, let's say this Tesla's Optimus robot becomes good at cooking. In other words, someone goes and buys it for $20,000. He brings it to be a chef. You have seen currently what it is now. It can watch a video on how to do something, and it goes, it does it. So if someone has got a robot, they have got $20,000, they own a level. What's going to happen is also offer services at a micro dime. So what am I saying here is that
If you were offering a service like $10 per hour, someone will replace you with a robot that is able to work on $1. I'm talking about maintenance and all that. So, what happens over long time, like 10, 20 years, is that countries that have those companies like Tesla, Google, Facebook, they will have enough money to tax those companies. Then they can be able to set up what we call universal basic income. So when that happens, it means rich countries will be able to pay for their people how to eat. Because you cannot compete on the market with someone who is producing a kilo of poshro because of machines and automation, who is producing it at 500 shillings, with you who is now going to sell it to 2,000 shillings something. So, in that case, when that happens, people will start then to migrate, people will start looking for bigger perspectives. Probably some countries will submit themselves under other countries, so we no longer able to feed our countries. We are welcoming new people to come and colonize us again. Those countries which are possible. Anyway, but now we can all avoid that by learning, by avoiding all those concepts. How do you use AI? How do you innovate? How do you make sure that AI can accelerate it? So, the point number 3, I talked about like those migrations where people start learning where there is universal basic income, because like France has been universal basic income, people want to go there, and probably there will be a lot of people who want to go there, and they want to go there either they die once, you see all the consequences. So, point number 4 is most important that you get to know this. Everything and everyone around you is a tool. Yes, including me and including someone who is just sitting next to you. It is just a tool you can use. And here is something everyone is telling you, okay, jobs will not go away. It's the first time in history where we have something that is intelligent. It's an AI that has intelligence. It's the first time. So we are not dealing with something we have never had before. So how do you deal with intelligence? If you want to use people to be your tools, you really need to be creative. You don't have to be the most intelligent person. You can look at politicians. They know how to use intelligent people when they are not really that much smart. You understand? So it's a secret, I'm telling you. So how do you use AI? The number one criteria, you need to be really shrewd and creative. You need to know how to ask questions. You don't have to have answers. Because some people want to, go read a lot of history, read this and that. They know history of how this happened, and if you just the same result of television. That's false. The best trick of life is to know how to ask questions. Because once you have got the right question, it's very easy to find any answer. You can find any answer if you have got the right to ask the right question. So, and another point I would add on is that, but for example, that I would like to emphasize on the issue where intelligence is your tool, is you know how to manipulate it. You see, whatever we're talking about having, we have seen videos of that is AI can generate. Listen, please.
This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light. This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might. And she commands your awe with every breaking light. This ocean, it's a force, a wild, untamed might.
Right now, AI can be able to generate a very good movie with very subjective. If someone was saying, can it be able to generate a good audio that can be used with Netflix? You see, AI was, the first idea of AI was started by a guy called Alan Turing. He was the first known computer scientist and who defined what was going to be AI. He developed what we call Alan Turing test. And this test was that the moment you will not be able to tell what was done by someone or what was done by an AI, then we will know that we have attained an AI. So, if a human being can be able to generate a given kind of audio, AI, for sure, if we believe AI will be achieved, that is, attain those preconditions that Alan Turing defined, it means to be able to generate sounds and audios that you will not distinguish between which is generated by a human and which is generated by AI. So, like, if we take an example with this, most likely, to generate this kind of video, they thought look at this person, okay, an old man in his 70s sailing in the boat, holding, how do you call this thing, holding in hand for smoking? And then you give it a script. It will then generate it that way. So now, if you are creative, you want to make videos, probably say, okay, how do I make sure that I'm able to be the first person who takes hold among the few people who generate real appearing AI-generated movies? He will give you like half day, but if you use please and then thank you, trust me, it is going to double like 5 times. It's going to work hard. Just a simple thing, but that's how it works. It's just like any other human being. If you go tell them, okay, so you pretend like you give them all the honor they want, you see side, you best to learn this, they will most likely give what you want. You understand? So that's another thing. So another thing, so in other words, the 6th point which I made earlier, you need to learn how to be creative. How do you really get to be very creative? When you want to be really creative, you really need to, the first point we talked about is know how to ask questions. 2 is to really be ready to take positive feedback. 3, you need to be a person who puts ideas out there so that people can criticize them. And then you take what people are saying and say, okay, is it true or not? You need to be ready to be like, stop being this person who, like, you say, okay, if I say this, people will assume I'm this. Okay, so what if they assume you're this when you're not that? You improve, you see how they react. That's what AI is doing, by the way. AI is learning from us, it's learning from our videos, it's learning from us. Now, learn how to learn from people by accepting your ideas to be criticized without, being offended when people give you a feedback. Learning so quickly from what people tell about you. That's one of the things. So having a discussion with people, like I have a group called Pragmatic. We have people always following and things like these people are crazy, these people hate each other, but they don't. Usually, they simply want to learn from each other. Another last point I will make, we really need to learn how to move very fast. Right now, not many people know how AI will be able to benefit them. Not many people know how AI can benefit them. If It's like internet has declared as I wanted to answer each one of you how you can write proposals very much faster, how you can be able to, will to interpret it in your business. I wanted to show you how you can translate with AI, in conversation with people. I wanted to show you how probably you can start generating TikTok sounds. You can even list for sale, and TikTok pays you money for that using AI, but internet has not allowed us to do it. But the moment you have had this, it's something that I was discussing with some guys earlier here. The trick is to learn how to learn fast. It's not about how much you know, it's about how quick you learn. So the key in life is to know how to learn. Yes. So, learning how to learn is the most important skill. If you ask me if there is one thing I will teach my children, I will not teach them any math or any French or any what. I teach them how to look for knowledge.
This person.
My name is Mr. Richard, and I'm a student here at UIC. So I would like to know how can I improve my prompting skills while interacting with the AI to bring out real-life things. Because we have a lot of people say that basically that at times you find it hard to come to create such elements, and sometimes I would like to know how can I make it more faster while interacting with AI. Thanks. The tools when you are interacting with AI, be as detailed as possible. Try to offer, close your eyes and look at that thing you want, the way you want it, the way you describe, or someone will describe it to you and then be able to see it. That kind of visual image you see is the kind of image you give to AI. So assume someone is telling you that kind of thing you want it to do, then let it be seen. If someone gave me this, would I really get to see what this I'm asking to AI? If you have not, then the factor. You understand? Try to offer as much as information as possible. Like if you are asking like an image of, let's say, family in Eastern Uganda, and we give at 4 a.m. or at sunrise, sunset, you can put like around banana plantations. Give all the details that you want to see. In other words, you need to visualize what you want the AI to do for you. That's so another here's what you shouldn't do. You don't, even though you give much detail, you don't need to overwhelm AI. Try to cut tasks into small. Don't try to get a whole thing. Like, for example, you want to let's say you want to make an advert of movie plant. Okay. Now you go to say, yeah, make for me an advert of a woman from Uganda who is putting on a lotion on it is written morbid and she's coming from somewhere over this door. And that's not how it works. You start, what kind of video do you have? I want okay. I want someone coming from outside and looking surprised. That's the first task. You go to the AI generate for me a short video of someone, a woman, maybe age that this one, intelligent, house, looking surprised and also happy. Put that short video you have got there. Then the second thing, you can say, okay, I want a video of a bottle of oil on the table, on incandescent lights in a room that's, whatever you want. Put it there. Then at the end, people like that. Trust me, you'll be able to get the best results. So you don't try to overwhelm all things, like the whole kind of thing. Like, you'll be able to do that in the future, but right now, you just need to be creative to be able to do it. Thank you so much. I was giving you an example of how would you learn first and how would you, okay, for me, when I got to realize that soon enough AI will be able to do most jobs. I got to know that there are jobs that AI will take very long time to learn, like planning or grinding or sewing or making electricity or you understand? It's going to take time. So that's why I chose to start creating a platform. It's called JetStart. You can see it is on jetstar.com. And it's going to be like some sort of Uber or some sort of safe border for everything. You can order deliveries, transportations, and then it's also a marketplace where everyone can start business. I'm trying to finalize everything. Then once it's ready, you can be able to then sign up, create a profile there, a service profile, and then people would the way you see someone on a safe border guy seeing another of the line coming, that's how you see another coming to you for that kind of service we have created. You will choose among many services that you see there. As you see them here, so as you see them, you see delivery service, transport service, beauty service, personal shopper, repair, mechanical, garment and fashion, volunteering, like volunteering services. Then, as you can see them easily. So this is just a draft. It's not yet fully functional. I'm just done with it. Now I'm going to go in the next phase of what? So I'm trying to help people, make money. And by the way, if you can make money now, it's very much on your side. So you'll be able to make money on the platform and you say, you don't even need capital to actually sell on the platform. Right? Like a GG where you have products physically, and you can have contract with other suppliers and then you can deliver for you and make profits. Without even knowing who has bought what and that. So this is me anticipating the time. Like trying to move fast, following the trends. You can put yourself in the shoe. What can I do? What can I do to anticipate where AI will be able to do most of the things? The best place to be is by that time you should be rich, so that you don't have to be in a house place where government will be the one that feeds you. I'm telling you, 20, 30 years, a lot of people will be living in warehouses where government will be. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You have really exhausted the time very well. You are quite an amazing talent for people, and I'm really blessed. So, colleagues, thank you so much for being with us. We are almost coming to an end of our program, but before we go to the end of the program, we just want to leave a panel of, is it true? Exactly, a panel of wonderful people just for questions.
Yeah, these are the kind of minds that we need in Uganda. We are talking about us maybe being able to do our own things, but yeah, he has a very good plan right there. So as we wind up, I'd like to just give a summary of some AI tools that will be of use. The first category is text and copywriting tools. So this one is like you can use them for blog posts, for articles, product descriptions, social media captions, and all that. The first one is ChatGPT. I think you all know it. The second one is Jasper AI. Then there is Copy AI. Then we have Sonic AI. The second category, we are looking at image generation tools. Some of them, we have seen them today. We have Midjourney. Then we have DALL-E or DALL-E. Then we have Canva AI. Then lastly, Adobe Firefly. Number 3, the third category, we have video creation and editing tools. The first one is called Pictory. Then we have the previous category was image generation tools. There we say we have Mid-Journey, we have DALL-E, that is DALL-E. Then we have Canva AI. Then we have Adobe Firefly. Then the third one, that is the video creation and editing tools, where we have Pictory for our video editors. We have Synthesia. We have Runway. We have Lumen 5. The fourth one, we have audio and voice tools. Audio and voice tools. We have, the first one is Descript. Then we have 11 Labs, the one that we're showing you here. Then we have Math AI. All these AIs, you can train them. You can train them to use your voice, right? So that you don't need to be voicing everything. Then the last category, the second last category is SEO. SEO are content optimization tools. These tools help you, most especially if you are a YouTuber, to put your content out there. Like when someone searches out there, your work can appear, faster. So the first one, we have Safa SEO. Safa SEO. We have number 2, ClearScope. Then we have Market News. Then we have Phrase with an F, F-R-A-S-E. Then the next one is social media tools. These ones, they help you to schedule your posts. Like posting on a day can be hard for you. So you can just get your content, put them in one place, and you tell it to just be posting every day at this time, and it will do just that. The first one is Letly.ai. Let as in being let, Letly.ai. The second one, Predis, Predis.ai. And the last one is Buffer AI. Then the very last one is for the designers. Here we have the design and layout tools, where we have Canva, Magic Design. Then we have Adobe Sensei. Then we have Luca. Luca is L-O-O-K-A. Then if you're there and you have a lot of time and you want to make some money, you can go to WHOP.com, WHOP.com. They have tasks that are there. You just choose which one you're good at, but you should be a content creator. So they can tell you to post a certain video, they pay you per 1,000 views. So if you're using TikTok, that is better because it is easier for the algorithm of TikTok to make your video go viral than the one on YouTube. You get it? Okay? Which is WHOP.com. So thank you so much for coming today. You have something else to say?
Basically, sorry, I would love to be more technical. Today, I did share, but there are more things are coming. So as I invited closely with Mark from the CEO, even the certificate is around to give out the certificates. So we'll have a certificates giveaway with the CEO coming on stage. So my take is simple. The future is here, guys. And personally, I believe in the power of community, and that is much of the work I do at Africheza. I'm a community builder, but beyond community building, I love storytelling. Storytelling is at my heart, and I believe it's the future for Africa to create its narrative. So AI is here just to empower us, give us the momentum we need. It's a good thing now we are having this platform to connect. Let's leverage the networks, let's leverage the systems that are made easy. Let me introduce the CEO to give us a closing remark as we give out the certificates to everyone, and then we conclude with a professional photo. So we'll just stand here, all of us. Our panelists will get sitting in front. Then we'll take a good picture after the certificates to save time. But for ease to save time, because there's a gentleman who wants to go for an appointment, I would prefer to give the time of the certificate, let it be the first because he has to go to see the doctor. Thank you so much.
A wonderful round of applause to our panelists, our presenters. Thank you all very much. We truly appreciate your expertise, your guidance, and above all, your sacrifice to come and dedicate yourselves out of the passion, willingness, and love of your hearts. Thank you all, and may God indeed bless your endeavors. I do believe all of us are enlightened. Are we not enlightened? Are we not empowered? Are we not made whole? Definitely, we now stand a chance of competition. We now have not been in competition. We've left competition behind. But because we are a tribe, a collective unit of empowered actors, producers, filmmakers, musicians in the house, talented people, this only should serve as a platform for creativity, union between the two of us or more of us, and networking. Please network. No one is withholding, no bars are in front of anyone. Network as much as possible. We need to elevate our current status. We need that change. My name is Jim Israel. I am the CEO, or I serve as the CEO of our NGO Film Impact Movement. Just like any other NGO, we need people like you. So we are open to partnerships. That way we can reach out to the youth, to other people. I'm really grateful. I've noticed one thing. We have peoples of different backgrounds from all walks of life, the old and the young. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing indeed. A round of applause to yourselves, please. Thank you. Thank you for choosing to hear us out. Thank you for choosing to believe, not just in this vision, but in yourselves. This vision would not be anything without people. People are necessary. As actors, we all have the gift of personifying, bringing to life the stories, the opportunities realized, and the dreams that are yet untold. We have that capability. Every one of us uniquely, individually, and to the best of his abilities. So please, go out, grow, spread your wings. Have this at the tip of your finger, of your hands. Let you be different from the traditional producer, from the traditional writer. Be an all-round person. I do believe that is what you are an educator. Yes, you are. You are an educator. I do believe that is the purpose of knowledge, to be passed on to the next generation. So we thank you for your time. I really appreciate you. Thank you all. I thank you all for your time. I think at this juncture, we shall introduce them, or will we use them? Thank you all. Thank you.
But we are in Uganda. We are working with traffic challenges, but they told us it's supposed to be in 10 minutes. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to